Hello, it's Transformational Tuesday. I'm psychic medium Samantha Faye here. So thrilled once again to be bringing this to you. You guys, we are like less than a month away from the 2-year mark of Transformational Tuesday. So for the last 2 years, I have been doing one of these videos every single week. So if you're just hopping on the bandwagon, welcome, join the party. If you've been watching forever, I know there are a few of you out there who have been following along and watching Transformational Tuesday for a while. I just wanted to say thank you. I see Kayla here. Kayla was there in my office during the first one. I don't know what we're gonna do for the 2-year, but I feel like we gotta do something. Yay, Randy, I see you here too. Welcome, everybody. So, I wanted to have a chat with you guys because I've been feeling lately like doing a Transformational Tuesday without the cards and just channeling and seeing what happens and what comes through. So I've also felt the need, and this is kind of fun because it's all new territory for me, but I've been getting these bits of guidance coming through that it's important for me to do energy forecast. So I actually did an energy forecast for January and I was nervous about it, so I didn't pull it out, but it's for January, February. I still have it in a newsletter that will be sending out to everyone who's on my email list. And I'll probably post it here on Facebook so you all have access to it as well. But that is going to be my first like energy forecast that I've ever done, which I think is really, really exciting. And just stepping into new territory, new confidence in my own abilities. And I've been doing this for a while now, and still I teach people confidence and how to grow their confidence in their own abilities, how to understand and how to read. And there's so many layers. There's still so much to learn. There's still so much to grow into. There's still so much to explore, especially, when we're putting ourselves out there. And so as I train psychics and intuitives and healers to find the confidence to put themselves out there, I still am finding layers of that confidence within my own abilities and platform and sharing and all of it. And so it's really exciting to be able to dive into this. I see Randy and Kayla saying you can't believe it's been 2 years. I know, me neither. Holy moly, Transformational Tuesday. You guys know the first one that I did, I was so nervous and Kayla was in the room that I made Kayla turn around and not look at me. So I was like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. You can go find it on YouTube. It's really cute. I think it's like Messages from the Fairies or something like that. There's like just a white background behind me with like patterns on it, and it's real cute. My hair's straight and long, totally different, totally different vibe. Real fun there. Okay, so join in with me. I have been doing the live reading, so this isn't all completely new territory for me, but I am excited about being able to just kind of tap in and see what messages come through. So I am still going to start with the prayer. And as I start with the prayer, I'm just going to open up my space to tap into our collective field. So for all of you who are watching this now live and watching the replay, please know that I will be feeling into your energy and finding the message that is a baseline that is going to be useful and beneficial to any and all of us. That even as we experience collective growth as a whole, we as individuals can find that similar baseline that will be relatable, meaning you will be able to find how the messages relate to you in your life. And you might even have an aha 2 weeks later or 3 months later where all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, that clicks, it makes sense, I get it. So, let's go ahead and dive into new territory together. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Amen. All right, so go ahead and also just give yourself a moment to take a breath, Connect your root chakra to the center of the planet, connecting your root chakra, allowing your body to be in a state of release, replenish, also opening yourself to be a channel to the information that is there and meant for you. So as we step into the energy of this week, recognizing that we are halfway between both eclipse windows, it is important for you to recognize that the seeds that you are planting right now are really setting the tone for the rest of the year. So be aware, are you eating the way that you want to be eating? Are you drinking plenty of water? Are you getting enough sleep? Really looking at the foundational principles of nurturing and taking care of your physical body is going to open yourself up as a vessel to allow more information that is meant for you to come through at the moment and the times that it is meant for you. This will keep you out of a drama state. This will keep you out of the go, 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 hurry, hurry, hurry. This will keep you in a more even playing field with your emotions. There will be less turbulence in that way. So truly recognizing and understanding the baseline, meaning 8 hours of sleep, if you can, a gallon and a half to 2 gallons of water a day. And it sounds a lot saying it like that. Just make sure that your water cup is always full. Be very clear and very aware of the food that you are putting into your body. Where is it coming from? Who is it made? Recognizing that there are a lot of hands from which our food goes through before it ends up in front of us on our table, meaning the farmer or the butcher or the grocery store clerk, the person who's putting the food away, any and all of the above. Recognizing that as these people are putting things away, they're using their hands. Their hands have hand chakras on them that transmit information, that transmit energy. So, believe it or not, when we actually are doing that, the energy is being put into the food. So whatever those thought processes are that are going through each one of these hands, be aware that you are now having that exact energy, those signatures on your plate. So one way to release this is to create a grounding cord from your plate all the way down to the center of the planet. So when you have your plate, you have your food, you bless it, yes. You can also ground all of that energy off so that your vibration of food that you're about to consume is now vibrating at your highest and best, meaning that it is going to complement the vibrational frequency. Be aware that, yes, our thought forms change water molecules. Food is mostly water. So when you pay attention to that and recognizing that not only the blessing, but also releasing the food or the energy from the food will help once again to bring that vibrational signature to a complement to your own frequency, meaning it'll be easier to digest, your food will break down, the nutrients will be more readily available, you will be able to consume on a higher vibrational field that is designed to match for you because you created it. Now, of course, organic, pesticide-free, all these other things are going to matter. But ultimately, the reason that we're talking about this is to be able to bring your awareness into creating the baseline foundation for that which you are calling in. And we're talking about specifically calling it in from a higher vibrational frequency. We're talking about bringing in what it is that you want, the things that you desire for your world, for your life. If you don't want a repeat of 2018, you want something beautiful, you want something graceful, you want something wonderful in 2019, right now are the time. This is the seeds are being planted in your garden for this year. So be aware of what it is that you're planting as the momentum has also built, right, from what it is that you have planted in 2018. So what is important is that as your bounty comes in from the gardens that you have planted in the past, as all of that is coming into fruition, and which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, please also recognize that it is going to be important for your physical body to be able to hold the frequency of the newness that's coming in for you. This is priming, this is strength training. Just as bodybuilders build their muscles to be able to handle more weight, you are priming your energetic frequencies, you're priming your energy body to be able to handle more energy coming with you and for you, meaning you just become better at manifesting, you become a better transmitter, you become a better generator, you become a better visionary, whatever it is that your role is, you become better at it. You become more efficient, you become more aware, you become more tuned in, you become more tapped in and tuned in and turned on into what it is that you are calling in for you. So when we talk about the baseline foundation of your basic needs, sleep, water, and food, it's also important to recognize that paying attention to what it is that you are eating, not just how you are eating it, but what you are eating, is going to make a difference. Being aware that your gut biome and your gut has more nerve endings in it than your brain. So being aware that when you are putting food into your belly, when you're putting food into your gut, you are absorbing and eating that intelligence from that. So sugars, highly digestible in the form of white flour, white sugars, that sort of thing is also going to increase your level of anxieties. These things that break down very quickly, that metabolize very fast because they are not whole grains, they are not whole pieces of whatever it is that you are consuming, is going to create a different sort of, it's going to create a different sort of reaction in your body. So this is why this is important. The reason that we want to have a solid baseline for what it is that you are calling in is because, one, your emotions will get in the way. Your emotions can absolutely get in the way. So also drinking alcohol is a depressant. It's going to make you feel good when you're drinking it, and it's going to make you feel bad when you're not. That's why we have a hangover, right? So being aware of reducing the ebbs and flows of what it is that is causing these real big up highs and these real big down lows. What we're looking for is balanced flow in emotions, recognizing you are going to have emotions. You are human. You are going to have emotions. So what's important is that as you're having these emotions, it's going to be really important that you are going to be able to let them flow through you. Let them flow through you more easily. Beautiful. All right, and just giving some of you your energy back. As I do readings in this way that are different from Transformational Tuesday, where Transformational Tuesday, I'm getting the energy from the cards, right? When I'm doing readings in this way, I'm receiving energy from you that's coming into my space that I am transmitting back up to you. It's kind of, that's how it works. It's like I've become the channel or the transmitter of the information that is meant for you and by you. So sometimes when I do this, especially in the live setting, the energy that is in the container can sometimes get a little bit too close. And so that's why I do have to respectfully ask that you just bring your awareness as it is, as I am doing what it is that I'm doing. I do have my protection bubbles around, and I am getting stronger and better at doing it in this way, because my ultimate goal is to be able to do this in live audiences, to do events all over the world, and to be able to share messages in this way. So for me, this is, again, just simply strength training, and asking again politely to respect my space as it is that I am reading, so that you're not constantly just, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Sometimes it gets in the way of the channel. So thank you for kindly and respectfully bringing your energy back to you and for you. Recognizing that as I am transmitting this message for all of us, that it is important for you to listen to your inner guidance, listen to your inner world as to how is this information resonating with you. Are there pieces of you that are saying, yes, I already know that, yes, I am aware of that, thank you for the reminder? Are there pieces of you that are calling BS? Are there pieces of you that are in complete resistance? Are there pieces of you that think you know better than me, which is totally fine? In whatever way, shape, or form your receptors are receiving this information, that's okay. Let it come through. And I encourage you to just simply be observant of how it is that you are receiving this information. Recognizing that every thought that we have towards another person is a thought that we have towards ourselves. Being that our thoughts happen inside of our head, right? So we think that we are saying something inside of our head, but that we are not hurting somebody else. Rather, we are instead hurting ourselves. So when you see somebody walking down the street and you think immediately of a judgment of them, recognize that that judgment is a self-judgment, and that judgment now lives inside of the constructs of your own mind and holds an energetic frequency that then lingers in your energy body until you have given yourself permission to also release it as soon as you have created it. When these thought forms pile up and when these thought forms become more apparent and they start getting stuck, that's when neural pathways and patterns start creating that will create that same sort of pattern that then is more challenging to break. So when you're in that space of needing to break those patterns of whether it be self-loathing or self-judgment or self-this or all these other things, it's really important for you to also be aware and understand that these thought patterns are really truly only hurting you. Nobody else is feeling these things. Nobody else. And they might feel them if they're highly in tune and they're sensitive and they're drinking enough water and they're getting plenty of sleep and they're eating their vegetables and they're supplementing the nutrients that they need if they're not getting it from their food, right? If they are a clear channel for their own information and guidance, they might feel your thoughts. They might hear your thoughts. I know I hear and feel thoughts from people, which I've just gotten more used to. But being aware that those thought patterns that happen inside of your own head are staying with you. So being aware of your thoughts isn't just saying hello to your thoughts and then giving them somewhere else. It's saying hello to your thoughts, becoming aware of what it is that you are carrying in your energy body, because you're the one that has to carry that baggage. So how do we release them, right? How do we let these things go? How do we step into a new version of ourselves by letting go of these thought forms is to start practicing a higher intended focus of self-awareness. That can be through meditation. Meditation and journaling, I think, are my two favorite, especially as gateways to practice self-awareness, to practice self-observance, to see why it is that you're doing the things that you're doing. Where does it come from? What does it trail back to? And giving yourself that permission to ultimately release and release and release and release. Yes, mindfulness, observance, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, turn it into an affirmation. So affirmations and mala beads, I find are very, very helpful. Mala beads are a tool that I like to use to simply reprogram the subconscious mind, right? Mala beads are those necklaces that you'll see. There's where there are beads, I think it's 180 beads on a string, or 108. I always get those confused. But 108, we'll call them, because sun salutations as well. The pattern of, happy. I'm not even going to try to do math right now. But with the mala beads, the prayer or the affirmation on every single bead, and you move forward, right? You move forward, you move forward. You say the affirmation, move forward. Say the affirmation, move forward. What that does is it reprograms your subconscious. So we can sit there and say, do affirmations, just repeating the same phrase over and over and over and over for 15 minutes. Okay, 108. Thank you, Erin. Repeating the same phrase over and over and over and over and over. So beautiful. When we do that, right, sometimes 5 minutes in, we're like, blue, all the way somewhere else. We have to call ourselves back, and we're like, oh, what was that affirmation we were talking about or doing? Oh my gosh, that's so funny, right? We have to just call ourselves back in. I find that using the tool of having mala beads or a mala necklace in your hand as you're doing the prayer beads, right? They're also known as prayer beads. So you can do them as affirmations, you can do them as prayers, but I find that it's a nice tactile thing to keep you on track to keep your mind there. Because until you prime your mind, until you prime your brain to be able to focus, everything that we have going on in our world, in this environment, is primed to get us to be distracted. It's primed to get us to not focus. It's primed to one thing onto the next, onto the next, onto the next. We get bite-sized chunks of information. We're supposed to process that and bring it in, all sorts of wonderful, fun things, right? So we have to reprogram and retrain our brain and our mind to focus completely. Focus, focus, focus completely on what it is that is good for you and what it is that is meant for you. Wonderful. So to recap, drink plenty of water. And be aware of the water that you are drinking. Make sure that it is alkaline if that's what feels right to your body. Make sure that it is mineralized. Make sure that it is 100% absolutely filtered and fluoride free. This is incredibly important. So make sure that your water is clean and clear, that you are drinking water. It is okay to be a water snob. Bring your water bottle around with you anywhere you go. Make sure that you are drinking super high, clear, clean water. This is super, super important. If you do nothing else other than just drink clear, clean, beautiful, wonderful water, you will notice everything else change. You will get better sleep. You will be less cranky. You will digest food better, all of the above. So if you get anything from this, just shift. If you're not already drinking and paying attention to the water that you're drinking, start there. Absolutely start there. Right? It sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, these things are the most important. Just enough sleep, and not just enough, like more than enough. Minimum of 8 hours, sometimes 9. I know women need more sleep than men, depending on your age, this, that, and the other, right? But be aware of how much sleep you need and listen to that. Make sure you're getting that every single night. Beautiful. Making sure that you're being aware of grounding your food. If you're not quite on the organic, pesticide free, I'm not going to give you, read you the right act of how you need to change everything. Just take baby steps. Start with the water. Start with the sleep. Then start becoming aware of your food. This is what's going to happen. The little steps, the little baby steps that you take are going to make you feel so good, absolutely so good, that you're going to crave the next. You're going to crave bettering another area. You're going to crave bettering another area. You're going to crave bettering another area of your life. And you just do these little tweaks over and over and over and over and over and over again until you get to the point where you are actually being very clear with how well does your body digest certain things? How well does your body not digest certain things? How well, what are these things that are working for you and what are the things that aren't working for you? You just become more and more and more in tune, but just take baby steps. It doesn't have to be something that happens overnight, right? So recap on that. Beautiful. I think that's been made more than clear. Certainly not anything that you haven't heard before. And let's also be aware too, yes, if you want to be vegetarian, you can be vegetarian. I actually think that was on the first Transformational Tuesday. I actually in the last couple months I decided, but it wasn't even really like I decided, because I woke up one morning and my higher self and my body was like, hey, it's time to stop eating meat. So it's like, well, I'll stop eating meat. Great, I'll learn to figure this out. So I use supplements, protein supplements, amino supplements. I make sure that I'm getting enough of the nutrients and things that I need to make sure that I'm not eating dead animals anymore. And when you put it that way, it's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't eat dead animals anymore. But that's just me, and it took me several years to get there, to be totally honest. So I'm not sitting here on any sort of pedestal or high horse telling you what it is that you should and shouldn't be doing with yourself. You know yourself best. I'm making gentle suggestions that I know will help you be a more balanced, stable person, to create a more balanced, stable environment for you to be in your vortex of manifestation, meaning you are going to, when you get these things in order, and this is why it's important, this is why we're having this conversation, is that when you get those things in order and you master taking care of your body, you can then master taking care of your energetic self. You become the master manifester. You become able, because you now have a platform and a place for the universe, your guides, to deliver you the benefits, the rewards, the gifts that are there waiting for you, because there is an infinite amount, an infinite number of benefits and rewards that are there waiting, ready for you. Absolutely ready for you to be able to just step in and receive, as long as you have the space in your life. You know you are deserving, you know you are allowing, and you know that you are ready to receive. All of this is easier said than done because of how many things that we put in our way from being able to receive it. So start by drinking enough water. Let's just simply start there. Then, of course, going into our thought forms also influence the water that we are now drinking in copious amounts, right? Our thought forms influence us. We are made of water. So when we are paying attention to the thoughts of which we wish on somebody else, or the thoughts from which we decide that we want somebody else to get, thinking that we can play God in our own mind or whatever it is, whatever our ego dreams up and makes up that day. When you have a balanced emotional template, when you are getting enough sleep, when you are taking care of yourself, you are not toxifying your system with cigarettes, alcohol, sugar, junk food, whatever it be, you can then quite literally just start shifting things very quickly, very easily. Really and truly, these things, these shifts happen slowly and effortlessly when you just simply take baby steps. So it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to feel like punishment. If you're deciding to cut out sugar, it doesn't have to feel like punishment. You just simply decide that, well, if sugar is influencing your intuitive space or it's influencing your manifesting abilities, and maybe just make room to take that out. And it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. You don't have to divorce from sugar for the rest of your life. You can just simply take some time away from it and see what happens. All right? Baby steps here. Baby steps. Beautiful. Kayla, sugar and water is your starting point. Beautiful. Karen, yes, that meat potato diet is definitely switching and shifting around as we learn to stay lighter on our feet and lighter in our own capacity, right? Eating lighter makes me feel lighter, everything about it. All right, so I do truly just want to say thank you so much for all of you for joining in on this new experimentational Transformational Tuesday. This is the first time in almost 2 years that I did not use cards. And I'm going to continue to do live readings. One message that came through to me very clearly is that I'm going to start doing morning meditations every morning at 9 over on Psychic Medium Samantha Faye. I'm going to do them completely open to the public. There's no email, there's no opt-in, there's no absolutely zero strings attached, nothing involved with anything. All you have to do is show up at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's Pacific Standard Time. So if you need a time converter, feel free to Google it if you're in Australia or the UK. The intention of these meditations is simply for all of us to, truth be told, it helps me a lot. It really helps me a lot. When I'm holding myself accountable and leading the meditations, I get so much out of them. So much out of them, and I know you do too. And so all of us joining in and doing it together. Now, the recordings will be on the page. I'm not going to take them away. I'm not going to do a timer. Not going to do anything. This is all truly just, guidance stuff that's there for you. So on the page at 9 a.m., the benefit of being there live, the absolute benefit of being there live is that you are going to receive the feeling of the connectedness within the container. And when you feel the magic of the connectedness within the container, as we are all doing that in present time simultaneously from all different points of the globe and all different places that we're at. Now, I do believe that it is my true calling to facilitate as many awakenings as possible. That is my divine purpose. That is one thing that has not changed since I figured that out. So, part of this is also to just simply help you find the memories of yourself that are internal, right? I probably will have like maybe a donate thing on PayPal, or like something that if you do feel called to exchange, you're totally able to, being that I am open to receiving. And at the same time, it is by no means an obligation or anything by that. It truly is my opportunity to share a gift with and for you, knowing that I will also be compensated and taken care of, because as you know, this is my job. So with that, please feel free to join me. I'm going to be doing them, like I said, 9 a.m. at the Psychic Medium Samantha Faye page. If you don't already follow me over there, go ahead and like and receive the notifications, set a timer on your phone, and we will start joining in there. I am also going to be doing more live readings on the YouTube platform, on Instagram. I'm going to be doing them on Happy Empowered Empaths. I'm really doing this simply because I want to I want to start sharing my gift, my abilities more. I'm getting stronger as I do all of these. Again, I get an extraordinary benefit out of it just for my own personal growth. But I also like the messages that I've been receiving, and I know the help that I have been able to offer and the clarity that I've been able to offer for everyone who's been able to be there. Now, I do encourage that if you are able to, that you can stay for the whole time, because we do a little opening ceremony and we do a little closing ceremony, a couple prayers. But the magic that happens within that, whether you are read or not, there are so many messages for you. And for those of you who are watching right now who have actually seen the live readings, if you could just say a couple things of what you've experienced during those that might encourage other people to come and join us. Truly, 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 the benefit of doing these live readings, again, as we're there with each other and as we are opening these spaces together, we receive so much. So the more, the merrier. The more people who are tuned in, the more people who are plugged on, the more plugged in, the more people who are there. Our healing abilities in our own ability to heal ourselves, it amplifies and magnifies to the nth degree. Meaning it doesn't just square, it cubes. It goes to the fourth power, goes to the fifth. Right now we have 33 people on live. It'll go to the 33rd power. Meaning that is how much the magnification, the amplification of our own ability to heal ourselves when we are together, it grows exponentially. Exponentially. And so truly, I would love nothing more than for each and every one of you to be there with us. I am so thrilled to be a part of your healing journey, as it has taken me quite a ways for me to get here to be a facilitator, as I am also training facilitators. So if you know somebody who has a desire to make these live videos or hold workshops, or has a dream to hold a healing space one day, or is treating healing like a hobby and really wants to get into being able to do this, please refer them to me. If that's you, please feel free to reach out. I would love to connect and talk with you. I know we talked like a month and a half ago about a rebrand coming up, and guess what? We did the rebrand, and then all of a sudden I went through some massive growth spurts and was like, wait, I need to rearrange things. And so we're rearranging the offers. We're rearranging the Earth Angels Academy is what it's going to be called. We're just rearranging a few of these things to really be able to better serve and to create an environment and lifelong students, just simply because life is our journey, right? That is our school. And so as we step into that, that's what it is that I want to bring to you, is a community that's going to be sustainable, that's going to be long lasting, that isn't going to go anywhere, that isn't going to be a fleeting program that you take one time and then you don't know really what happened to it. Maybe you lost the password, whatever it is. No, I want this to be something that is an ongoing support and a safe haven for us light workers and healers as we continue to move forward. And should you choose to grow your business and create a lifelong sustainable career for yourself while helping others, I'm happy to share with you the tools, tips, blah, 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 all of the things, ultimately the face plants. Like, let me teach you from my face plants, because I have made a lot of mistakes along the journey. And so I want to do what I can to help shortcut that for you so that you can get in the role of service as soon as you're able. So with that, again, thank you for being here with me today. Please share this with anyone that you think would benefit. Please feel free to tag their name below. As we said, the more the merrier. I look forward to seeing you at 9 a.m. Every day. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's what I was looking for. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time over at Psychic Medium Samantha Faye. I'll see you there. And I was still working on getting a schedule to see what times the lives are most potent, most beneficial to everyone, and we'll kind of sprinkle them throughout the week. So I don't expect everyone to be there at every single one, obviously, but I would like to be able to at least have one time, maybe a week, that you're able to be there for the live reading. So we're still working on getting those times and that schedule dialed in, and you will be the first to know. All right, my sweet friends, I hope you have an absolutely blessed week. Thank you for joining me on a new day of Transformational Tuesday, and I'll be talking to you very soon. All right, ciao, ciao, my friends.